Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. It's actually like 4:45 now, so it's almost the end of the day on May 7th. I was working earlier on some painting for an editorial commission. It's one of 2 editorial projects I have this week. I've done some more of that today as well, and I've also done some painting for another packaging project that was due today. Got that sent off, and the art director is out of the office today, so I won't hear back until tomorrow or maybe even the next day about whether they're approved or not, or whether I need to do more edits. And then I have also been spending a lot of time on Skillshare on editing my latest Skillshare class. This feels like it's gone like every time I do a Skillshare class, I'm like, this is taking so long. It's taking twice as long as I thought, 3 times as long as I thought. This one feels like it's a whole other level of that. So I'm hoping one of these days I get to a point where I feel like the production is smoother. But the good news is I'm watching the videos export right now, and the last one just finished exporting. So hopefully tonight I will be able to upload those onto Skillshare and then maybe publish the class tomorrow, which would be May 8th. I definitely have to get it done by May 10th because I mentioned it in that vlog. So regardless, there will be a link in the description of this video. So this week I'll be working mainly on those 2 editorial things, and I have another client project that's more of like a graphic design type thing. I'm doing layout for an appeal letter. I don't really take on those kinds of clients anymore, but this is somebody that I've worked with for a long time, since way back when I very first started freelancing. So I'll be doing that this week, the 2 editorial things, and then if I have anything to finish up for the packaging project, and then hopefully be publishing my Skillshare class tomorrow. And then once all that is squared away, like late this week, if possible, and then into next week, I just have like a backlog of updating portfolio, replying to non-urgent emails, all of those things that have like fallen to the bottom of the to-do list over the last 8 weeks because it's gotten so busy. It's been so busy. I am feeling like maybe I'm finally going to be able to start checking some of those off this week, so that is great. And before we move on, before today wraps up, I guess, since today is almost over, I want to say a big thank you as always to my patrons for supporting this channel financially, for making it possible for me to have my wonderful video editor, Meg, which in turn makes it possible for me to make videos every single week, which I definitely would not be able to do if I didn't have a video editor. And if you are interested in or have considered supporting on Patreon, now is definitely the time to do it, because today for me is May 7th, but today for you, when you're watching this, will be May 17th. And starting from today through May 31st, I am really focusing on and trying to grow the base of smaller donations or smaller pledges, so like $1 and $3, $5 pledges, with the hope that we could get to $500 a month by May 31st. And that is a bit of a stretch goal. I don't know if it's possible or not, but I am hoping it is, and want to try and want to see if it is. And if we are able to get to that amount, again focusing on those smaller pledges, if we are able to get to that amount by May 31st, I am going to publish on Patreon. I'm going to publish the first chapter of this book that I told you guys about in the book proposal video. And if you haven't seen that, it's basically like the book version of my art timeline video. And it's, yeah, me sharing kind of my experiences and some of my art journey, but then also putting it in a framework that hopefully makes it helpful for your self-reflection and thinking about where you want to go on your journey. So I will share the first chapter of that, which I had to write for the book proposal that never happened. Well, the book proposal happened, but the book never happened. As well as the like reflection exercise. So yeah, if we can get to $500 a month on Patreon by May 31st, I will publish that for my patrons and potentially later on for other folks. in a more public way. I don't know, maybe in the newsletter or something, but that is the goal. That's the hope. Yeah, so if you have found this channel helpful over the years, if you have found useful information, if it's helped support you, whether in like an emotional, communal way, or in a practical way in terms of understanding the freelance world a little bit better, please do consider coming and joining on Patreon. It would mean so much, and as I said, it's really what makes the weekly videos possible, since I am a full-time freelancer, and YouTube is kind of a passion thing. Not kind of, it is a passion project that I do on the side. It's something that I do for fun, as a way to give back to my community, and I want to continue ensuring that I am able to prioritize that time and have the support that I need to make it happen, like the wonderful Meg. So thank you to everybody who's already supporting me there. Thank you to Meg for editing the videos, and I will also go ahead and just say, if you are not able to financially support right now, I totally get that. And another thing that you can do, I need to say this more often in videos, another like super meaningful thing that you can do to support the channel. You guys are already so great about commenting and liking, and thank you for doing that. Thank you, thank you. Another thing that is really wonderful is when you share videos. So if a video has been helpful for you, even if there's just like one particular person who you think would enjoy it or who would benefit from it, send it in an email or text them the link or whatever. And if you feel like it's something that you have an online presence and you want to share it with your followers, that's also really wonderful. So financially contributing even like $1 a month is a huge and amazing and wonderful way to support, and then sharing the videos with your community is another great way that you can help lift up this channel. So thank you to everybody. Thank you. And I will see you, at this point, I will see you tomorrow, since it's pretty much the end of the day. And we will have a great week together. Yay! It is Thursday morning, just a couple minutes after 8. Just got into the studio, cleaning up a little bit from some projects that I wrapped up yesterday. I'm going to start some fresh paintings, the watercolor layers of some fresh paintings today. So just clearing off my desk. I was a bad vlogger yesterday and I didn't get any footage, but I basically was just kind of buckling down, trying to finish some things for an editorial project that had an end of day due date. So I finished that, and I actually got the approval right away, so those are all set to go. So I have to send them an invoice, and then I finally got the feedback on the packaging project, and I do need to make a few changes. I'm trying to decide if there are things that I could tweak digitally or if I actually need to repaint. If I need to repaint, it's okay. It just is a little bit of a pain because then I have to rescan and re-edit them. Oh, I also need to pack up those originals that I mentioned for, get them ready for shipping. I'm thinking, before I dive in, I got these, this is like totally random, but I got these shelves, these command shelves on Amazon. They were not sent to me, I bought them. Since this is just a rental, we're not really putting any nails in the walls, and the landlord is kind of like intense about it. So we're just using only command strips to hang stuff. So yeah, I found these, and they're plastic, but they kind of feel nice and matte. So I got 3 of them, and I was thinking I'm gonna like put them up on the wall over here, just so I can have a place to hang some, not hang, but like prop up some pictures, since this is just like a big boring gray box. And by the way, sorry, it's like super dark today, so it looks like I'm in a cave, but yeah, so maybe I'll either do all 3 on this wall over here, just like vertically, or I might do like 2 on this wall, 1 on this wall. We'll see, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and hang those up. And then after that, I will dive into work. Well, that officially turned into way more of a project than I expected it to. I put up these 2 shelves here. And then I put up just a few little things on the wall. lots more space still. It still is like, let me scoot back, super empty over in that corner. And then this other shelf, I need to get some of these things framed. And then that inspired me to go downstairs, excuse me, and ask Eric to help me bring this bookshelf up. His parents gave this to me because they're downsizing. And it's definitely not it's a nice bookshelf, but I'll need to get something sturdier because I have so many heavy things on it. But for now, that works. I had to get into the boxes that have my portfolios because this original that is getting shipped out was in there. So those are the things I need to pack up later. I also was inspired to use some command strips to hang this up. Yeah, and then that let me kind of get all of the lighting and equipment that I had over in this corner put away in the closet. So that's nice. And this is basically what we've got for the studio right now. I'm standing with my back to the door. Yeah. And circling around. So that's it. All right, I think I'm gonna go fill up my water cup and get ready to paint. Hey guys, it is about 4:45 on Thursday. So far today I have been, you saw me painting some on an editorial commission, and then what did I even do? I spent a lot of time doing that. I think I spent most of my morning doing that. And then, oh yeah, did I show you the point that it's at now? This is the point that it's at now, which is very overexposed. There we go. So tomorrow I will be doing color pencil details on that because the final is due Monday. So I don't want to have to be working on the weekend because my brother's actually coming to visit this weekend, which I'm super excited about. So I want to try to finish that up. I feel like I had a productive day even though I didn't finish everything on my to-do list. I also ended up editing, doing the edits that I needed to do for the packaging illustrations. So I'll finish that up. I have to I did the edits, but I have to still put them together digitally because one of the pieces I had to completely repaint like a section of it. So I did that and I will weave it together digitally tonight, send those off tomorrow because they're due tomorrow. And then yeah, to wrap up the week, I will, what do I have? Let me look at my list. I still need to obviously ship off those originals, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Working on these peppercorns tomorrow. I have to post the poll on Patreon for the monthly critiques. So those are kind of the three main things. Oh, and the other thing I spent time doing today, which I actually wanted to show you guys, we'll see if I have time before I have to run downstairs and relieve the babysitter. Other thing I ended up working on was doing some feedback on the first project that was posted to my new Skillshare class. So I want to show that to you guys because I think you might find it interesting. So this was a project that was submitted by somebody. Well, let me see if I can show you on Skillshare. My new class already has 107 students and it's only been out one day, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so this is her project. This is Pam's project, and this is her drawing that she did up here, and then this is kind of her setup here. So I had asked people if they wanted constructive feedback to also include whatever reference they used. And she actually drew from life, so she included her live reference there. So I just brought it into Procreate and wrote some notes on it.
So like overall, I felt like the proportions were mostly there and things were mostly proportional. There was nothing like crazy out of whack. And then she did a really good job on these like tricky scallops on the edge of the bowl. And then I just included some specific points for how I thought things could improve or could be taken to the next level in terms of the proportions. Yeah, so this was really fun. I've had Skillshare classes. Obviously, I have Skillshare classes before, but this is the first time that it's been about something so concrete. So I felt like it was easier to give really direct feedback if it's what people wanted. And I hope you saw too, she specifically said that she wanted some constructive feedback. So yeah, that I spent some time working on that as well. And I'm hoping sometime next week to also include some, oh, it's so nice to have stuff behind me. Hoping to share some student projects on my Insta stories. I've seen other Skillshare teachers do that, and I think it's really nice. I just need to get in the habit of doing it. So yeah, definitely if you have made work for one of my classes, be sure to tag me and mention it in the description. I think I came up with a hashtag like Skillshare with Kendyll, I think. But yeah, so just tag me. That's like the best way to make sure I see anything. And then I will do my best to share your projects. So yeah, that has been fun. That's been good. I think that's it for today. So I will still vlog tomorrow. So I will see you guys bright and early. Good morning, guys. It is Friday, May 10th. It's about 11. I have been in the studio working on this editorial commission, and I'm still going to have several more hours worth of work to do on it later on. Probably going to have to do that in between nap time and maybe even tonight after Penelope goes to bed, just to get it done. I would have, usually I would just kind of work on it bit by bit over the weekend, but because my brother's coming, I want to finish it up tonight. Yeah, and then I also packaged up those originals that are going to Aquaneck Land Trust, and then the wildlife signage illustrations, and then the original that is going to a private buyer. So that's all packaged up. I'm gonna head out to the post office like within a couple minutes here, just because I need to get those in the mail. But I wanted to do a little unboxing. I don't know if you guys will think this is exciting or not, but I finally got a new DSLR. I've been using the one that I have, my Nikon D3300, with a, I have a special lens on it that's good for filming. It's a prime lens. Anyway, I've been using that since 2015. Like, it was my very first YouTube camera, and I am sentimental about it and I like it, and honestly, like, I'm very happy with the footage. I know it's not the fanciest Nikon or the fanciest DSLR at all, but I feel like the footage for the most part is totally fine. But it doesn't have very good autofocus, and it doesn't have a flip out screen. And especially with filming Skillshare classes, there have been 2 times now where things were out of focus, or yeah, mostly I had to do issues of focus, things with being out of focus. And with the amount of filming that I'm doing, and it's not, I don't even do like a ton, but for the amount that I do, it's enough of a bummer, like when those things do happen, to like really drive me crazy. So I've been saving for a while, and finally got a new camera. Ooh, there it is. Very exciting box. Very exciting mustard colored box. All right, and here's the camera. All right, this is one of the biggest reasons I got it. Flip out screen. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. So you can put it back with the screen facing you, or you can put it away and have the screen closed. And then I'm deciding whether I'm going to hold on to the D3300 or not, just as a backup. I may try to sell it. I don't even know how much I could get for it, given that it's like what, now probably like 6 or 7 years old. But yeah, so that is the new edition. I will be using this to film sit downs and Skillshare videos. Yes, I will be very likely vlogging again next week. Next week, if I'm correct, I have to look at my schedule again, but I think next week I actually don't have any client projects. And I don't want to be like jinxing myself here, but right now I'm so happy about that. It's just going to be awesome to have a week where I can catch up on stuff. And, you know, maybe even do some personal work. I haven't been able to do a personal piece. I think I worked on that cake. I did work on that cake after the cake painting. When we came here, I worked on that, I don't know, like a month ago, at some point, but that's like the only personal painting I've done since coming here. And it was only partial, like I had already started it back in Boston. So I am looking forward to being able to do some more pieces in my Then and Now series. Yeah, I just have a few things I wanna finish up and get to. So yeah, that will be that. Thank you as always to my patrons for supporting this channel and making the weekly videos possible. Thank you to Meg for editing, even though she has been having a super busy schedule, so she deserves extra high fives and love for managing to get these things done. And yeah, thank you especially to all of you for watching and liking and commenting and sharing if and when you can. And I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.